With Wimbledon just a few days away, let's continue the coverage here by looking at some top contenders in this year's Wimbledon Championships. What's up, everybody? It's John Eric Poli, continuing my coverage here in the lead up to Wimbledon, just like I did yesterday by looking at the women's contenders. We're going to do the same thing today with the men's contenders. In this video, these people featured in it aren't necessarily the favorites to win Wimbledon, but they're going to be right in the mix of things. You expect these guys to make some deep runs, maybe be able to pull off an upset somewhere, and really make this tournament fun. Let's get started today by talking about a guy who's having a very good grass court season so far, the Polish man, Hubert Hurkacz. He's having a great clay court season. He just pushed Jannik Sinner in a championship final here on grass. Sinner, of course, the world number one. A lot of people have him favorite to win this year's Wimbledon championship. He looks very good on grass. And the big thing with him here, servers do very well at Wimbledon. Well, guess what? He's leading the ATP in serve rate. As I said before, we know that servers do well. When you're leading it, you're doing something well. What I like to see, though, is his first serve just be a tidbit higher. If he gets that first serve just a little bit better, he's absolutely be right in the mix of things here to make a very deep run at Wimbledon. Not to mention that he's due for a big breakout moment here at some point in his career. He's going to be seated number 8 coming in, or at least he is right now. We'll see if that changes, but he should have a pretty favorable draw. Now, the next guy I want to talk about is an American here, Taylor Fritz. Fritz absolutely has the game to do something here because, like I said, servers do well at Wimbledon. Fritz is a very good server. He's number 6 on tour. He made the quarterfinals at Wimbledon in 2022, so he knows what it takes to make a deep run here. Now, normally whenever Fritz makes a deep run where you see him in a quarterfinal, it's always Novak Djokovic that knocks him out. Well, guess what? Novak Djokovic just had knee surgery. I know that he entered the tournament. Very unlikely that he's going to be competing. At the time I'm recording this, he still hasn't withdrawn from it, but that could change any day now. And of course, Fritz, too, had a very good clay court season, so he's building off of some momentum. I expect Fritz to be right in the mix of things here. Now, running theme here, servers do well at Wimbledon. Looking at people to be contenders in this year's tournament, probably going to be on the side of people that have big serves. How about another American with the big serve, Ben Shelton? Shelton knows what it takes to make deep runs now because of last year's U.S. Open. That was very good experience for the young American. The fact that he's a huge server, of course, is going to help him. He's number 7 on the ATP Tour in serving. He has a great first serve. That's the big key. Where I say I'd like to see Hubert Hurkacz get a little bit higher with that first serve. Shelton has that very good first serve. He's going to have to ride that and never let up in this tournament if he's going to make a run. Now, the last guy I want to talk about is something that can be a little bit deceiving, if you will. Stefanos Tsitsipas. When you talk about the ups and downs of a tennis season, Tsitsipas experiencing that all. Didn't get off to the best start this year. He actually fell to the top 10 for a little while. Then he had the big run there on clay, winning the Monte Carlo tournament, hopefully building off of all the momentum from clay. And Tsitsipas is a very underrated server. Number 9 on tour. I wasn't expecting that. I was a little surprised by that. And not to mention, too, he wins almost 77% of his first serve points. Again, running theme here. Servers do well at Wimbledon. If you're winning 77% of your first serve points, that's good numbers there. Tsitsipas also, too, he made 2 major finals. He should have won a French Open final, in my personal opinion. He also made the finals at the Australian Open. Never made it past the 4th round at Wimbledon. That's a little bit of a concern. But big thing for him here, he has the experience, he has the big serve. If that return game is just a little bit better, I mean, look out for Stefanos Tsitsipas as a little bit of a sleeper here, a guy that could definitely be in contention at this year's Wimbledon Championships. So that's a list of some contenders for this year's Wimbledon Championships. Going to be a fun tournament overall. I'm going to have another video on the favorites in this year's Wimbledon. If you guys have to think of any contenders out there, please drop them in the comments. I'm really looking forward to reading those. I'm really looking forward to this year's Wimbledon Championships. Again, the tournament's going to run July 1st through July 14th. So make sure you guys are checking out Wimbledon and make sure you're coming back here for continued coverage on this year's Wimbledon.